What explanation were you given for why you will not be back at Boylan next season?
The only reason that I'm aware of is they want to go in a new direction. Now, I'm not quite sure what that means because our program has been a stellar program. 298 wins and 88 losses, 7 regional titles, so I'm not quite sure what direction they want to go in.
Why do you think you're no longer welcome at Boylan?
I think the one reason is somebody's got a personal grudge against me. I really believe that. Take a look at all I've done for the basketball program, and you got to be successful with great kids. I've hosted over 70 plus NIC 10 leadership conferences. I've run the Red Ribbon campaign for 30 years, helping kids remain drug-free, raise funds for the Poor Clares. You would think a school would be honored to have somebody that's not only a coach, but goes out in the community to help kids. So I'm really, really baffled. And I want the truth to come out, and I want justice to be served, because I just don't feel comfortable with what happened.
You've reached out to the diocese. What are you hoping happens there?
Working with the diocese was tough. I've asked for a personal interview. They wouldn't grant that to me. They did respond to some questions in writing, but again, it's hard if you can't talk to somebody one-on-one and share things. And I just wish, in the Christian spirit, somebody from the diocese or the board would call me up and let me share what occurred, what I see occurred, and show some documents. That's all I just want fairness and justice. So I've reached out. They did respond in writing only, and but they said they didn't need to meet with me because they addressed their issues. And I don't think that's right.
Obviously, you're not happy, but do you feel in your heart you have indeed coached your last game at Boylan?
Probably not unless people want to do the right thing. You know, Boylan's mission in part is Christ-centered and truth. And when I go to church on Sunday, I hear about compassion, respecting each other, kindness, honesty. That's all I want. That's all I'm asking. I want them to live what they're preaching to me. And I have to wait to see if somebody is willing to step up and at least talk to me and let me share honestly what I feel happened.
There are going to be people out there and viewers hearing this thinking he must have crossed a line somewhere, done something. Right. Can you think of an instance where you did that?
Nothing. And that's why I want the truth to come out, because people always read into things. We as coaches always get complaints from T-ball up through high school from parents. That's common. And I've had my share of complaints, people posting negative things on Facebook. But that should have nothing to do with coaching, because that's a yearly thing. If you do something illegally, then you got a problem. And I would guarantee I've done nothing wrong legally. It's just in my heart, I believe there's a personal grudge. Matter of fact, Scott, I was asked to resign last year. Matter of fact, they fired me last year. And they said I would have to have a performance improvement plan in order to coach this year. Because I asked them, I said, I need one more year. And they said, first of all, I had to agree to retire at the end of this year. And I had to transition the Red Ribbon program and the Poor Clares fundraiser from Boylan. What's that have to do with coaching? I would think they would be excited to have somebody in that avenue. So I think it goes beyond coaching. And if I won the state title this year, they still would have got rid of me. It was all premeditated.
This is probably premature to ask right now because, all this has just happened in the last 24 hours. It's an emotional situation. But I know you love being around young people, coaching young people. Do you still have a desire to coach somewhere else, perhaps? If your phone rings one day in the next few months and some school says, Paul, are you interested? I mean, do you still have a desire to coach?
I've already had contact with one person that called and several other coaches, but at this time, this has taken all the fun out of coaching, and that's why a lot of people don't get into coaching. People in the community are going to know what has occurred without me getting very specific. They're aware of Boylan High School, and there's some concerns out there. And I can't say a lot, but people just reading the paper, listening to you, they will read into things. And I just hope they become a little bit more vocal and demand that the truth come out and demand that justice be served.